Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I would like to go over a few talking points that we will be discussing during this morning's update. First, as we can see, XRP's got off to a little bit of a hot start here the last 24 hours, as we're up 2.3%. We tapped 45 cents. We'll take a look to see what we need to do to continue to advance the price for appreciation and see what the targeted move would be to invalidate an Elliot Wave count down. That should get us down to 36, 37 cents if we were to break down. However, we can invalidate that downward movement if we can get over 48 cents. We'll go over more of what that has in store with the Elliot Wave count, and we'll also talk about the Bollinger Bands that do hint at a possible price appreciation here if we can get over certain levels. A big level to get over for XRP to invalidate a wave down, or wave 5, for the corrective, because we're in a corrective wave right now, to invalidate a continued move down. If we get over 48 cents, we can invalidate the corrective wave down, and we can start pushing out to a new, I don't want to say a bullish rally, but a bullish reversal off of this previous drop down to around 38 cents. If we get over 48 cents, we can invalidate the drop down for a further push down, and we can start pushing back up and have some price appreciation, which I know for the XRP community would be a welcome sight, because we've seen a lot of downturn over the last year plus. So with that being said, we'll take a nice look at the XRP technical analysis from a charting perspective, and then also from a news perspective when it comes to the Bollinger Bands and the Elliott Wave count. We'll see where we're at in store. We've got Bitcoin up $1,111, up 1.93% to 58,856. And another thing that's nice to see this morning is gold is off to a hot start. Now, it is entering the rather oversold areas, but I would like to see if gold can continue up to 2,444 approximately, or if we have to back test this move up, because we were rather oversold. A lot of times we start off hot in the mornings in gold, and then we'll correct, and then we'll finish out strong at the end of the day. B2 gold's up to $2.94. I've been pushing this more than anything in the commodities section. We're up 3.7% to 294, 295 area. So we'll see. And if you've missed B2 gold, one big piece of advice I can give you is that B2 gold, it looks like it's starting to have a big breakout attempt here. Your next opportunity should be if we do a back test real quick, and this is all the time I have to cover this, but I want everybody to see because it's getting hot. $2.84 if it back tests. Now, as we know, when it breaks out of a structure, we typically back test. So we'll see if it back tests the structure. And if it successfully back tests it, that would be an area of opportunity. But it is starting to enter some oversold areas, so be very cautious. We've been in this for over 40 cents a share. So it's not just today. We're up about 38%, right? Or 34 to 38%. But I could see a scenario where we start out hot here, and then it starts to reverse back down. Not all the way down, but just to a stability ground, just because we've had such a nice upturn. The gold market has had such an upturn that now we're going to test some of these breakout attempts. So if B2 gold does start pushing up, and we see this morning it did a little bit, it was 295. So it hit 295. Now a logical back test, if gold was a little too overzealous this morning, would be $2.84. If you see it hold 284 on B2 gold and you don't buy it, that could be your last opportunity under $3 on a retrace. So just pay attention to that. And we'll get into this morning's update when it comes into XRP and Bitcoin. We'll talk about the Elliott Wave technical analysis, and we'll also talk about the Bollinger Bands, how we could be on the verge of a crazy pump for XRP. So please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this update. Very important update from the standpoint of commodities, precious metals, crypto, and then going over a few different indicators that can help us come to an educated and informed decision. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. That'll allow me to be recommended in the news feed. And when you come on to look for content on YouTube, whether you've seen my content or not, YouTube will recommend this update. I'll be part of the news feed, and my content will be able to be seen by all that want to see it. So please make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 9:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, July 11th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, XRP sitting at the 4497 level. If we look at this from a logical standpoint, XRP is on top of the cup and handle support right now. It's bouncing off of the 43 cent mark approximately, and that would be the handle support as of right now. Underneath, we do have that falling channel that we've hit 4 or 5 times, which is nice because we came outside of the rising channel and we're starting a corrective wave. So now what that means is we could continue all the way down. We could find ourselves back down here at 35.4, 36.4 cents. But we can invalidate the corrective wave down if we can get on top of 48 cents. And if we can get on top of 48 cents, we would end up opening the door for a push up near 60 cents. But we have to get over 48 cents to invalidate this bearish momentum. And yes, we're having a nice rally a little bit today, but that still doesn't invalidate the drop. So we need to get back on top of some of these zones in order for us to invalidate this thesis that we can come back down a little bit farther. Right now we're up to the 200-day and the 2-hour time frame, which we hit 45.34, and we did not have enough steam to push past it on attempt 1. Right now we are starting to correct just a tiny bit. Now the question is can we start getting hot here, and can we get over the 2-hourly and the 200-day up there at 45.3? And the 4-hourly, we can start riding up on the 20-day. So as long as we stay up over 43.8 cents, we could technically start riding this up. If XRP is looking for a rejection in a higher time frame, it could come up to 47 cents. As we said, 48 cents needs to be breached for this to invalidate the bearish thesis. So right now it's up 2.3% today. And that's a very interesting spot for us to be in. So let's start talking about this. So let's talk about the Elliot Wave, since we're talking about how to invalidate this structure so that we don't have to continue on a corrective wave, which would be wave E. So XRP Elliot Wave Technical Analysis, XRP Elliot Wave Technical Analysis. So function is the counter trend, mode corrective, structure triangle, position wave E, direction next higher degrees, wave 4 of impulse, wave cancel, invalid level. So we have to get above 48.6 cents to invalidate a wave E corrective down to approximately, it can come down to around 36-37 cents. So movement within the triangle pattern before the price declines again in wave 5. Ripple US dollar XRP trading strategy. Decreasing wave E, which is the last wave in the triangle pattern. The trend has ended and the price is returning to the uptrend again. So look for opportunities to join the uptrend. Ripple US dollar technical indicators. The price is below the moving average 200-day, indicating a downtrend. The wave oscillator is a bearish momentum. So here's the counts. So they're looking at wave X or wave 4. And that would just be the corrective wave to hit support. Counter trend, corrective triangle, wave E. Wave 4 of impulse, movement within the triangle. So Ripple US dollar. So here's the little video. Just a little way for us to get a little bit more information of what we were just talking about. And I always like to counter some other, what others think. And we've already read through this, so just a quick little way to validate what we've been talking about. And then 38.3 cents would be, that's where the corrective wave could start, or where it could hold support. But if it does break below that, we're looking for a price decline back down on wave 5, but that would be validated if we had a rejection point at 48 cents. So the only way to invalidate the continued correction in wave 5 is to get past 48.6 cents. That's how you invalidate wave 5. So we'll see if that can happen. And then, is XRP on the verge of a crazy price pump? If John Bollinger's bands are right. So XRP set to explode as Bollinger Band signal, and they're saying 60,000% increase, but obviously that's where you can lose me a little bit, but let's just read this for what it is. An interesting pattern hinting at a potential monumental jump in value has formed on the XRP price chart. This time the focus is on the Bollinger Bands, a popular technical indicator for traders. For those unfamiliar with Bollinger Bands, developed by famous trader John Bollinger, they consist of a simple moving average and two standard deviations above and below it. The narrowing of these bands usually indicates a period of low volatility, often preceding significant price movements. Thus, the current analyst shows that the bands are experiencing notable narrowing comparable only to what happened once in 2017, when there was an unprecedented jump in the price of XRP by a staggering 55,000%. At that time, the cryptocurrency price peaked at $3.30 per token by early 2018. XRP has one of the tightest monthly Bollinger Band squeeze in its history and in all of crypto right now. The last time it squeezed like that, it shot up 60,000%. Narrowing also occurred after that, but such strong movement were no longer predicted. For example, in late 2020, the emergence of this pattern preceded a significant sevenfold increase in the price of XRP, reaching almost $2 per token by April 2021. Thus, the continued narrowing of the Bollinger Bands, which began in November of 2022, adds weight to arguments in favor of potential rise in the value of XRP in the near future. XRP is currently trading at less than half a dollar per token. Will it be able to execute such a powerful price bounce from there? It seems that only the most desperate optimists would believe it. However, what can be known for sure on the crypto market? So they're talking about the Bollinger Bands, if it plays out now, how we could have massive price appreciation. But as we talked about to start this morning, it looked like we had gotten a little hot overnight, and it looked like, as we know, unless we get over 48 cents, will absolutely continue a corrective wave down. This is kind of just a roll up to appreciation. We've got gold right now reversing from 2,413 when we started, and now it's back down to 2,400. So we'll see if 2,400 becomes the line in the sand. And I'm very interested with gold this morning, as our move up could have been 2,433. Now we have to see if gold can hold on a back test 2,375 at worst. If we look at it in the exact area, 2,380. So I want everybody to stay on top of this. But as I said when this started, we could have had a big bang here, and now we could correct here. B2 gold got up to $2.95. It was very hot to start, but we're not in the positioning I would like to be in. I'm looking to add to my holdings, so I'm not looking to sell. So if it somehow came back down and broke back through the structure, I'd be more than happy to buy. But I've already got a pretty large holdings of B2 gold from $2.53, and it's still up near $6,000. So that's something that I'm watching very hardcore this morning. It's nice to see everything get hot, but I also in my gut know what happens here when we get hot like this. I know we were starting to push oversold areas, so we could have tried to lure in more liquidity to have that further push down just so that we could have another push back up. So I'm looking for consolidation here. We know we're in a consolidatory phase with crypto. We know we're in the Elliot Wave count with XRP, Bitcoin, and the rest. And we should be on corrective wave 5 soon. Now, we could have already started on any point when we hit a rejection, as long as we don't invalidate that move down at 48.6 cents. Otherwise, we still have to correct. So I'm looking at this the most optimistic way I can, but also understanding that we are technically corrective right now unless invalidated. So I'll continue the bearish mindset unless we can break over that 48.6 cents. And then I'll be very, very on the fence. You know, I'll be able to start climbing the fence to get off of the corrective wave if, and only if, at some point in future price appreciation, can we get back over this resistance. And we would. We'd have to get over 60 cents. And then we could start pushing up in a much bullish fashion. We still need to get over in order to break that downtrending resistance. As I said, that's 60.3 cents. We would have to get over that. And once we get on top of that, we start a new, if we could get on top of 60 cents, XRP would start a new price appreciation like we haven't seen in quite some time. And we'd break down the 80-month consolidatory pattern that started in 2017 or January of 2018. We had all-time highs. And the support started in March of 2020 after 27-month correction until we hit the uptrending support. And we've been trading within that range ever since. So unless we get back over 60 cents, you know, that would be a huge area. Once we get over 60 cents, we're very bullish. Nobody can convince you otherwise. As long as we hold 60 cents, we are very bullish. The first technical target out of that breakout, obviously you'd have to break the 94-cent swing high from July of 2023. But your technical target would be $1.18 to $1.23. So that would be a big move up. And then if you get on top of that, you'd come back up and retest that $1.98. Now that's a lot of appreciation to happen, but we have to have our due diligence because we have to break these levels of consolidation. But at least this morning we're showing signs that we're trying to push up near that 48-cent mark. And as long as we don't give back 43 cents, it would be in our best interest to retest that 48-cent resistance, or 48.6 cent all the way up to resistance. And then if we got rejected, then we know wave 5 would start, and then it could come all the way down to around 36 to 37 cents if we want to bottom. Now, like I said, we have a very strong chance that we could invalidate this if we continue pushing up. So I will keep everybody in tune. It's a little sad to see that B2 Gold already started pushing back down from 295 to 289, and that gold's back under 2,400. I'd like to see how far this corrective goes if it doesn't have the steam to push out. But it could be the same thing across all markets. We could have got hot because of what happened with the Fed and talking yesterday and yada, yada, yada about lowering rates potentially here again. So we had a little bit of a hot start here, but as we know, we have to be very, very cautious when it comes to the markets right now because there's a lot of manipulation going on. But simply all I'm going to talk about in my opening and in the title is about XRP potential for a massive breakout, and then I'll just simply put the conditions, and then it'll be up to everybody to come in here and watch the content. If you do appreciate it, make sure to hit that like button and share this on social media so more and more people can come in here. Yesterday's update did not get transferred very well, barely got over 100 likes. Only about 1 in every 9 people hit that like button. So if only 3 out of every 9 of you watching could hit that like button, we could greatly push the content, and it would be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. And tonight, hopefully, I'll see everybody live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Had to take a day off yesterday. The vibe was getting to me a little bit. So I didn't want the negativity to push through in the lives. We had a lot of positivity as well, but I thought a day off would do us all well. And today's my son's 5th birthday, so wish him a happy birthday. So we'll see how it goes tonight. If I can't do the live, I can't do the live. But I fully 100% anticipate doing the live tonight. So take a look at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and hopefully we can get together for an hour. We can have some fun, and we can celebrate the further advancement of my son as he's 5 years old now. Bitcoin, right now, if we want to get over the resistance area, not correct even more, we have to invalidate this breakdown at 60,448, and we have to get on top of it. Otherwise, at any point, if we lose 57,200, we could start this final correction, or wave 5 as it's known, down to 52,765, or more than likely it would come down to 48,408. We can invalidate this thought process by simply getting over 60,400 and start pushing up in a more bullish positioning. Bitcoin right now remains, it was on the bottom side of that pennant flag. Now we're back on the top side. And that's why if we can get hot off of here, we could start pushing those levels of 60,450 and much, much higher. Much, much higher. This is our first chance to advance and appreciate. But initially, it looks like we were unable to garner any steam. And now we're looking for a little bit of support. Right now, we're at 58,500. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the markets play out this morning. Make sure you pay attention to the levels I put out here. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. It's an honor and a privilege to see you guys in here for this morning's update. I'm going to keep it just like that and release this. If you're looking to trade XRP in the USA or abroad and you want to get on top of it before XRP has these volatile outbreaks and you want to be on top of it during corrective waves before breakouts, make sure you look in the video description below and our pinned comments. We've got BITUNIX, which is in the USA or abroad. Lowest spot leverage trading fees I found on the exchanges. And you don't need to do a VPN. And copy trading will be coming to the exchange this month, so you'll be able to do that. Another option is HOTCOIN, which I've actually fallen in love with. It's in the video description below and our pinned comments. You can copy trade me there. They have the XRP Bitcoin pairing. They have IOTA and IOTAX. Very low fees as well. Not as low as BITUNIX, but almost on the same level, practically within a few percent, not even, less than 2%. And you don't need VPN or KYC. They're very transparent to the USA, and it's one of the few exchanges outside of BITUNIX I found that really does appreciate its USA users. Make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the afternoon when we have more information to put out there, and just watch the market to see if in fact we can continue pushing up to 48 cents and break it, or if we start wave 5 down, which should bring us somewhere around 36.8 cents. Have a blessed morning, everybody.